last night we spent the night on the beach. It was awesome. I was not expecting being able to do that. It was not in the plan. It was very windy all night. Granted, to be fair, I should not have camped on the beach. I should have drove out, watched the sunset on the beach, and then camped 100 yards up in the trees because it was terribly windy. This morning when I was backing up, it was quite brisk. I had a weird anxiety that I was not far enough up for tide, even though you could tell that I was. Like, you can tell where the water reaches. So I woke up a few times in the night to look out my window and try to make sure I wasn't about to be swallowed by the ocean. We're headed to Leggett. Yeah, Leggett. However you say it. To refuel and hop on the Redwoods Discovery Trail, I believe it's called, from Overland Vehicle Guides. Should be a good time because these forest trees with the ferns and the moss everywhere, it's hitting the spot. Is it hitting your spot, Goobs? Huh? Is it hitting the spot for you too, or what? Hmm? It's hitting the spot for me. It's a vibe. So at this point in the trip, I've hopped on the first portion of the Redwood Coast Adventure Trail off of overlandtrailguides.com. If you haven't uh, heard of that site or visited it, I would highly recommend it. They have tons and tons of pre-made routes, very, very well curated with YouTube videos, pictures, maps, GPS files, uh, obstacles, fuel, provision locations, alternative route, camping locations, discovery points, permits and papers if they're needed. It's just such a good site, such a good wealth of information for awesome routes like this. It kind of just takes you through the backcountry, the more rural, less traveled areas of this portion of California, which is much, much more of my vibe, what I really prefer and what I really enjoy over just the typical highway routes that everyone takes. Um, I honestly would rather avoid those types of routes at all times if I can. Obviously, a lot of the time it's unavoidable to be able to cover ground, but when I can avoid them by taking routes like this, 10 out of 10 times I will do it. And this, so far, this day was absolutely beautiful. So we just got the Mat Hole Campground. Quite the name, but also quite the site here. This is just dispersed BLM site here. And I don't know if you can hear that in the camera. I do believe that That's the ocean right over here. We're not quite in view of it, but we're right over. I think it's right over this rise here. Oh, would you look at that? Not a bad little spot. My Jeep is just right over this rise right here. Quite the spot. What do you think about it, Gibbs? What do you think about it, Quibbs? You approve? She's hot on the trail of something over here. We are all by our lonesome, Quibbs. And I am not complaining. I am not complaining. So we've decided to push on instead of staying at Matt Hole Campground for a couple reasons. One, there's no service there. Don't judge me. It's winter and I'm alone. So just hanging out at camp from 4:45 to 10 or whenever I go to sleep it's a while with nothing else to do. And this area is beautiful, but it's just like open. It's kind of similar. I wouldn't say I can see it at home, not the ocean part especially, but in the spirit of seeing more redwoods, forest type environment, and we're running out of time here on this trip to make it up the coast to said environments, I need to cover some ground. I think I've kind of been looking at the map and I need to cover some ground. So in the spirit of those two reasons, we are moving on, not camping at Matt Hole Campground, although it was a very nice looking campground. Not sure where we're going to stop yet. I'm kind of going off the cuff right now, going off the vibes. Making that decision made me catch sunset along what is this, Mantle Road? It literally follows like the beach, the ocean, the coastline. You're right there at the water almost for probably a handful of miles. And it made me somehow miraculously time sunset perfectly for that stretch of road. I got some sweet drone shots, sweet everything shots with that sunset on that stretch of road right there, which otherwise I would not have caught during sunset. So I'm gonna take that as a good sign that moving on is the move.